Good afternoon. I'm Larissa Cifuentes, and I'm going to present the Christmas ornaments global value chain analysis. This analysis would be basing on the 6 basic dimensions that global value chain methodology explores, which are divided into global and local elements, and each of them will be explained. First, the input and output structure that helps just represent which activities are involved in a specific supply chain, in this case, in the Christmas ornaments industry, which are 5 main. Return, recycling, disposal, storage of unsold merchandise, supplying, sample production, production itself, and distribution. But first, I would like to make emphasis that we're talking about a very mature in a specific cluster that has been created since the 1960s in a specific region of China, Japan, North Korea, and very close countries. So this has enabled this industry to offer almost the lowest price possible globally. So having this said, this specific industry has even a specific dates or periods of time in which each of the activities have to be developed. So this can start on December 26th, just by the finish of Christmas, where they store unsold merchandise. We don't consider a whole month between January and mid-February because it's Chinese New Year celebration. And we start with the supplying of raw materials, which are plastic pellets, felt, copper wire, fake floor, among others. The sample production, it's between mid-February and end of March because the manufacturers need to have a mold to work on. And then retailers peruse these product samples and place manufacturing orders. Production season needs to begin nearly 3 months before goods are due in the final market country ports because of logistic reasons, because shipping times are between 50 to 35 days depending on the port, and this leads for this industry to have no time for last minute orders. Okay, so why does this activity work like this? Because we have 5 main stakeholders involved, which are multinational firms, sourcing agents, wholesalers, manufacturing, and logistic company. In this case, Walmart would be the multinational firm, which is the buyer, the client, and determine the types and quantities of ornaments needed. Sourcing agents. As I explained that this mainly happens in China, multinational firms need to have a specialized sourcing agent to help them with the negotiations in other continents and in a very different country as China it is, and provide product identification, sourcing, quality control, and logistics combination. Basically, what the sourcing agent does is meeting all the requirements of the multinational firms by choosing to which wholesaler they are going to buy these ornaments. Wholesalers, they specialize in a narrow range of products and have low prices. Why? Because manufacturers have no design capabilities. That's why they need samples and molds, because they just focus on sourcing, coordinating the workforce, and complete the products, matching the samples. That's it. And the logistics company, in this case Evergreen, just makes the shipping, which secures from the closest deep water port with an available container ship. Now, focusing on the geographical scope, we have these 4 main countries: China, Taiwan, Japan, and North Korea, which produce 84% of the worldwide ornaments. And with an approximate 3,000 manufacturers, we can say that more than half are small companies, as they have fewer than 50 workers. Another like 40% are medium-sized manufacturers having between 51 to 100 workers, and just a very, very few have more than 500 employees. So this distribution of manufacturers help the small ones compete with the big ones because they focus on a specific range of product, meaning that it is hard for several manufacturers to sell almost the same item as they focus on samples, uh, which they receive from the lead firms. And also this dispersion uh, helps maintain the balance, and maybe they have competitive prices, but maybe they're not competent themselves. And well, to continue with the governance structure analysis, uh, it's been decided that it's a relational structure like this one shown in the diagram, in which buyers and sellers rely on complex information, resulting in frequent interactions and knowledge sharing between the parties. This generates trust, mutual reliance, and it's regulated through reputation, social, and spatial proximity, as shown in the map before. And despite it, this creates a mutual dependence. The lead firms still specify what is needed and thus have the ability to exert some level of control over suppliers. And the producers differentiate on quality and geographic origin. And finally, these linkages take time to build, so costs and difficulties required to switch to a new partner tend to be very high. Why did I mention this? Because we have a context of 50 years of profit. The concentration of holiday ornaments in China is a culmination of a 50-year process of migration of light manufacturing industries from developed emerging economies in Asia. Why? This started in the 60s with low labor costs. Poor job offers led to low wages, so many foreign buyers choose vendors and manufacturers in China as the same quality items could be produced very cheaply. And then all the way through the 90s, low labor costs encouraged producers of material inputs to move to China as well. So these firms grew larger by supplying their material inputs, enabling economies of scale and hence lower prices. And then we have all the mature industry that we have right now, 2023, with sourcing agency bulbs also, which resulted in a powerful clustering and agglomeration effect, as shown in the map. Close proximity reduces shipping times, making orders faster and complete, enabling suppliers and producers to learn and improve from each other. And some other data relevant, it's that 60% of the world's holiday decoration products are made in and around the city of Yiwu, which is located in China. And 10% of the 800 billion spent in holiday shopping takes place before October, meaning that the rest 90% occurs between October and Christmas. That is why this industry has very specific periods of time for each activity in their supply chain. And now, continuing with Walmart's case, what should Walmart do and where to focus their strategies? So I propose in these 3 activities, which are assembling, packaging, and outbound logistics. With this 3-step or 3-activity proposal. First, owning containers and partnership with Amazon are 2 proposals specifically focused on mitigating the risk of container shortage, as mentioned in the case. To own a container fleet would consist on partnering with other retailers like Liverpool, Sears, Palacio de Hierro, etc., to have this fleet available in case of any container crisis. This would help distribute the cost of maintaining a fleet between many partners, but also having these containers available when needed. And the partnership with Amazon, as it has its own fleet, It might be beneficial to have it as a strategic planning partner to bring specific kind of ornaments when needed. This making the disclaimer that Walmart should do a very a specific study of which ornaments they need more urgent, or that they shouldn't uh, be left without them in the season between October and Christmas. So if anything happens, Walmart would know, okay, I need this specific ornament, so this I would ship with Amazon and this with my own containers, depending on how many containers are available. Um, Suggesting that the partners like Liverpool and Sears maybe would be using some of them, and also having Amazon as an option, and maybe depending on the item, not only send it through water but in planes. And the last proposal is dual sourcing, which extends to having alternative local suppliers to deal with lockdowns in China, like the one that happened with COVID, and uh, focusing on America to have local suppliers in America, mostly, if not in the United States, maybe in Canada or Mexico, where they don't need uh, to transport the items by water, and also subcontracting a company like Adornos Mexico to produce specific garments. This means, as Walmart already does with one of their own brands on a great value, with like cooking tissues, they subcontract another company named Softies to produce them their own brand, because they don't have their manufacturing facilities option open, as they are just a retailer. So maybe they can do something similar with a specific ornaments that they find convenient to subcontract with another company. What are some of the risks of this? Yeah, price increase, lack of knowledge in the part of manufacturing, different qualities. Not saying that would be higher, lower quality, just different, maybe than what the customer would expect. Lower production efficiency and lower production capacity. But why don't we suggest Walmart to own their own manufacturers? Because at this point, Walmart, it's not focused on manufacturing. It is just a retailer where customers can find a wide range of products in the stores and buy this whole set of products to other companies. So right now they don't have the infrastructure to enter in the whole supplying of, yeah, storaging onto item, supplying, producing samples, producing, and also distributing. I mean, they have the distribution part, not the whole rest. And it would be a great investment, and they don't have the maturity that the Chinese market has developed all the way through 50 years of experience. And what are some consumers pattern that would or maybe affect Walmart as it has also stores in Latin America? Well, we have a consumer habits a little bit different than in the United States, with these priorities among customers when going Christmas shopping in Latin America. Uh, we can see that ornaments are not the highest priority. There are Christmas present, Christmas dinner, clothing. Maybe we can include some ornaments in home repairs, but I'm not sure. And the expected change in Christmas and New Year's Eve spending in Latin America, it's maybe not as Walmart would want, because more than 50% want to spend less than last year, 33% want to keep the same amount, and almost 13% wants to spend less, even less. So maybe having this backup of local suppliers in Mexico would be relevant, as labor costs are lower than maybe in Canada or the same United States. But maybe the products manufactured here won't be to sell here in Mexico.